Hey, hey.
I don't know what you're listening to.
Hey,
but
hey. Oh, that's right. You can't hear the beat.
I ain't got the beats.
I'm the only one with the headphones.
See?
Yo, what up, what up, what up, everybody?
What's happening?
Welcome to the Kombo BreakerZ part of this amazing event. So you think you can stream, huh? You know what I'm saying? Well, it's your boy, Super M.
Mr. Ham It Up.
Yeah, Mr. Ham It Up, Mr. Hype Man. And I'm joined with my very favorite co-host today,
Mr. Bilbo Swag.
Mr. Bilbo Swaggins. You know what I'm saying? I want to say shout outs to everybody who came and could join us today. Mm-hmm. We're extremely excited to show you guys.
Yeah, it's nice. I know, everything going on, everybody's missing Dragon Con.
I'm missing Dragon Con
in its normal form and stuff. So you know, we got to do what we got to do to enjoy ourselves in these trying times.
For sure. Well, for everybody who's joining us right now, we are going to spend the next 45 minutes or so introducing you to the beginnings, the absolute beginnings of streaming. So hopefully everybody's here for this ride. I do apologize for some of the folks who are already out there in the audience who may already have a stream or may be a streamer and you're looking for a little bit more intermediate help. We may be able to get to that in the Q&A, but this is specifically for beginners. So without further ado, this is So You Think You Can Stream, or do you want to be a streamer, huh? Yeah, I like that. You see the point? See the point pointing up to the graphics? Yeah, feeling pretty good. So a little bit about ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. We are one of the dynamic, one of five, or two of five members, really, of the dynamic crew podcast here in Atlanta. That was the Kombo BreakerZ podcast. Podcast centered around FGC, fight club kind of things, and just fighting games and video games, and just our passion. And think of it as like The View with a bunch of dudes. Talking about fighting games.
I would have never made that connection, but it's essentially like the
pretty much it, right? Yeah. So we had our roots in podcasting, right? And it was all audio based, and no one had to see our faces. Yeah. And at some point in time, we thought it was the natural, really step to go forward in just getting into streaming, and that was crazy. Yeah, no, it was definitely an entire learning experience. Even with the podcasting, we thought we could just start with like a little dinky laptop that I got off Amazon. Jumped into that, and there was like so many problems just doing that, like just with audio. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it was absolutely bananas, right? And so we of course stumbled our way into this world of streaming. We got our heads knocked around a bit, but it's gonna pay off because hopefully you may not have to. So we're gonna get into a few things here. First of all, to let you guys know, this is going to be an interactive stream. Yes, there's gonna be a lot of listening to us talk, a lot of old man story time. But if we do see some interesting questions in the chat, my man Sir Bilbo Swaggins here is gonna shout them out. We may take a pause to talk to you guys. So it's kind of like Streamception, because that's one of the main things as being a streamer that you're going to have to be getting used to, is talking straight to this camera with nobody there. And see, me, I just like to put a little face around the camera, make it easier to talk to you guys. So without further ado, let's get on into it. So streaming, huh? You want to be a streamer, huh? You want to be like these guys up here and girls, you know? Maybe not necessarily. And these guys. So let's get into some things. So what are we going to cover today? All right, so today we're going to cover a little bit about what is streaming, what is this phenomenon, why are people doing it, why do kids want to be YouTubers instead of doctors now? We're going to talk about some of the platforms, right? Some pros and cons that are just our opinions, right? These are things that we've experienced on these platforms. We're going to go through a few do's and don'ts. Again, some things that we've just kind of learned along the way. We are going to go over the equipment that we use and what we will recommend for you as new guys and new girls. And we'll go over some programs that are going to be very beneficial to you. One of which is the program that we're actually using right now to stream to you. The other which is a bunch of graphic programs. We're going to give you a ton of resources that are going to help you jumpstart into some of the more difficult things that people run into. We're going to shortcut you guys. Talk about some overlay resources, some just general design tips for those who want to be adventurous and design themselves. And maybe some troubleshooting, some problems that we ran into.
Definitely run into problems.
We ran into problems before this stream.
Exactly.
We almost didn't make it here today.
Yeah, exactly. Quick story about that. We were literally trying to get our little PDF and all our windows captured.
Yeah.
And it was working totally fine. Like, I saw you. I watched you do it.
Right,
and then all of a sudden, we hit go live, and nothing happened.
Nothing happened. So we're going to help you through a few of those headaches. And then after that, hopefully get to talk to some of you guys about your stream ideas. Like, I want to hear some inspirational stuff. We'll share our latest project to kind of give you an idea of how things can go. But overall, yeah, we'll just talk to you guys. So, what is streaming? A little old guy wisdom, right? We're going to drop some story time, you guys. You know, so streaming basically is what we're doing right to you guys right now, bringing live content from us to you. And one of the reasons why this thing has taken off really has been with the advent of Twitch coming from Justin TV, of course, exactly, you know, and people really getting into Let's Plays. I mean, a lot of gamers found a lot of success sitting at home, playing their favorite games, talking to a bunch of people, not unlike most of us do today. Only, you know, people like Ninja was getting paid 6 figures. Like, I made wrong career choices, man.
I
so
should have went with my gut and started playing video games.
Should have played video games. Yeah. Should have played video games, man. So basically, naturally, when people think of live streaming, they used to think of video games. They used to think of like these streamer guys and girls. But it's really kind of expanded to that right now, right?
People get really, really creative. Yeah. Like, there's art streams. Like, you can literally do whatever you want to. It's really
lumber. There's a woodcutter guy.
I haven't seen
that.
But
that's really good. Serendipitous. There are people playing D&D live now.
Yes, we need to get into that too.
Artists, drawing, cosplayers, creating, sculptors, like anything you
can think of.
Stream it.
Bob Ross was even on Twitch for a long time.
Yeah. T-Pain is on Twitch. Y'all check him out. So streaming has kind of blown up into this thing where a lot of people are seeing that they can get this pathway to express themselves and build a community around it. Exactly. I know a lot of you guys and girls out there are very talented, right? So be able to shine that light out there and let people see. So it sounds promising. It sounds like an amazing thing. Like, I'm going to be able to just do my favorite thing, put myself on a camera, and money comes into me per month. I mean, yeah, in theory.
It's nice to make a little money on the side.
Nice, yeah.
Nobody's going to argue.
Yeah. But that's like trying to get into the NBA. Let me keep it real with you right here. You know what I'm saying? You got hoop dreams There are levels. There are levels. And hopefully we'll give you some of these beginning old man wisdoms that help you kind of shoot to that, right? So first up, streaming for a career specifically ain't easy.
It's not.
It
involves a lot of work behind the scenes to go into this stuff. Like, you can't just jump into it. You have to have a game plan. You know, think about things such as branding, which we'll get into later. It's a whole smorgasbord of things that you have to just understand. Number one. And a whole lot of problems you run into too.
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, pass me that dude right there. Yeah. Streaming is gonna make you turn into this dude right here, right? Some of y'all older heads may know who this guy is, but he wore so many hats. I think that man had all the hats, right? So when you're streaming, you're going to have to be a producer, a designer, the talent, the writer, the content creator, the graphics person, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to be tech support. You might have to moderate yourself. You're going to have to be a social media marketer. And I don't want to scare you guys, but this is just the reality of the nature of you. And a lot of the people that you see who are streaming out there are multi-talented, and they're forced to be, because if not, you're going to have to pay a lot of money, and who has that lying around these days, right? So another bit of old guy wisdom that I would like to impart upon you guys is that everyone, myself, you know, Dr. Disrespect, everyone started with 0 views, right? And it's not a bad place to be. Honestly, that is the best place to be in streaming, because you get to experiment. You get to see what works. You get to find your comfort zone with no pressure. You get to have fun and laugh and really play. And when you find the fun in playing with streaming, you'll find that you'll have the stamina to achieve, you know, wisdom number one, the impossibility that is, right? So going along with that, keep it fun.
Keep it fun.
You know what I'm saying?
That's probably the most important part, because, you know, the nature of the internet, there's a lot of toxicity there. People are going to have opinions. They're going to say what they want to say about what you're doing. It's nice to set up an environment where you can actually enjoy what you're doing. Like, a lot of people get dissuaded to do things when things feel like work or it becomes like a job.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be like that. You want to keep doing this. You want to move forward. You want to enjoy it. So definitely make it a point to make it fun for yourself, not only for everybody watching, because that's part of it too, but make it fun for you as well.
Yeah. So the note, when you keep it fun, it's not going to be all sunshine and roses. There will be ups and downs. I would implore everyone to go on YouTube and look up a good resource, and usually he does seminars at Dragon Con, but Roberto Blake, he teaches you the mindset that needs to be for a content creator, and there will be ups and downs. And when I say ups and downs, it's not just like good times and bad times. You will peak and think you were at the top of the mountain. I've made it to 1 million views, and you will realize really quickly that is only the smallest peak on the giant mountain that is content creation, how far you can go. And there's just so much more to do. And also, streaming by itself is just not enough is what you're going to need to create. You're going to need to do more than just put yourself on the screen. It's not that simple. Yeah, like I said, we're trying to hammer it in to get you some grounded places before we tell you where you can fly, you know? But you're going to have to get on that social media. If you're not a fan of social media, you're going to have to learn about it. You're going to have to create content from your streams, create memes, create replays. You know, it's going to be a lot, but we're going to get into that in a little bit here. So, first thing about streaming that you got to understand, there's the place where you stream to, of course. There is a big 3 out there right now. It used to be big 4.
Used to be 4, but we all know it had, well, not all of us know.
Not all of us know, but one of the up-and-coming platforms kind of went the way of the dodo. That was Mixer. So, the first thing you're going to have to learn about when you're trying to stream is platforms. Like, where's your home going to be? Where's people going to see your content? So, right up in front and center, right? We're going to tell you that Twitch, YouTube Live, and Facebook Live are really going to be your 3 options. There are like 20 or so smaller streams, right?
But really, these 3 are the ones that have the most visibility. They're the ones that most people know about. So these are the ones you're going to want to try to focus on.
Yes. So we're going to go through some pros and cons really quickly that we have found out because we've tried all 3 and just in our experimentation. So Twitch, the big fish, the number 1, the fat cat, the OG, you know what I'm saying? It's the big boy in town, right? It is the most recognized platform because it is the oldest. It's the one that started this, right? This is the Apple and smartphones, I guess, right? Primarily, Twitch has been known for gamers, right? But that's not to say that it's the only thing you'll find on there. Like we said earlier,
you got
other forms of
you got artists, all that kind of stuff.
Everyone's getting, but primarily when you think Twitch, you think gaming, right? So if you're a gaming streamer, this is really good for you. There is a predetermined path to success built in on the platform between its partner and affiliate programs, right? They almost kind of gamify the mountain of work that you're going to have to do to make it to be a streamer, right? Starting with some easy, simple goals to get you started, and you get badges, makes you feel good. So it's a really good workflow to kind of get started, right? There is a plethora of tools to help you stream. It's like, you know, they kind of like lead the way as far as innovation when it goes to, like, you know, getting you paid through subscription services, offering bits, advertising, you know, drops from games coming in directly. There's so many different things, and they all kind of have had the time to work with places like Streamlabs and things like that, right? So also, it's where all the big streamers are, right? It's the Hollywood of streaming, right? A lot of the other platforms have maybe bought a big streamer here and there, but to be honest, Twitch is where the big people are made. And with that being said, it has a large success ceiling, meaning sky's the limit. And we found that out like when Ninja and Drake were on. Drake came on, and the amount of money that Ninja made, I was just like, who would have known that you could have done this through streaming? It was really awesome. So the next platform we have is something a lot of people may be familiar with, is YouTube Live. YouTube saw the success of Twitch and decided to copy it and make a live version. I mean, let's just be honest, that's what happened, right?
Exactly what happened.
So YouTube has the advantage of having the backing of a big already media content creation company, right? And which was YouTube proper, and because of that, it's best for variety streamers, right? Because I mean, you could put anything on YouTube, right? And so people aren't really kind of pigeonholed into expecting gaming. So the pool of people who are watching, you may find something that you already have a pop-in YouTube channel for your cosplay music videos, for example. then you might want to go in and say, hey, let's do some live stream editing of the next cosplay music video, give us sneak peeks to some friends, and boom, people have a reason to watch, and it's already has a fan base, right? So it's very good for variety streamers in our opinion. There is a large investment into streaming development and audience from YouTube proper. They're actually just funneling that in and passing those benefits on to the streamers. The live streams can also be the same place where your permanent videos are. Now, for those who are on Twitch, yes, there are VODs on Twitch, but YouTube is the place where people go primarily to just watch videos. So having your live stream and the place where your audience is going to come to watch videos is actually pretty beneficial, and YouTube makes that front and center and very easy. Again, it also has a large success ceiling, as we've seen by PewDiePie and Dr. Disrespect. They are mega stars, and Dr. Disrespect actually left Twitch for unknown reasons. I don't know why they kicked him out, and now he's just huge on YouTube. And it's just, again, the success ceiling is very large. We all know YouTube. The other thing is discovery is built into the algorithms, meaning if you're new, like us, because we are still pretty new, and we're not going to be coming and preaching to you guys from a high horse. The discovery is kind of built into the YouTube algorithm, right? YouTube makes it easy for people who like video games to come across potentially new video game content creators, all right? And they also have a partner program as well. So going on to our third one, pros, is Facebook Live, the baby of the bunch, right? The new kid on the block. Now, Facebook also is backed by a parent company, but for that platform, the advantages there is a substantially bigger potential viewer base, because Facebook Live is where all of us live. We literally have our second homes on Facebook. So if somebody pops up on live and they're anywhere within your social circle, chances are you're gonna see it. If they share it, chances are you're gonna see it on a wall. It's gonna pop up somewhere. It's really easy to get out to the folks, and the timeline is really the key factor that drives that. It's just Facebook is just made to put your content out, and it does that best even with live videos. We know this because we had videos that would do like 8, 10, 15 people at max, on Twitch, and then we had one that literally had 45, same kind of content on Facebook. On Twitch, and then we had...
It closed out.
Okay, we had a little echo. So it's just easy to get your content. So it's really friendly to new people, right?
Yeah, we did Facebook for a long time.
Yeah, we did Facebook for a long time. We actually just moved to Twitch. Personal profiles, personal profile attached to users are just easy to share, like we said, right? And Facebook is all about sharing. Videos can go viral over there. Like, you can have so much reach and so much growth. And for people who are mobile streamers, Facebook is actually the better platform for mobile streamers, right? And because it's so new and the baby's on the block, there's less competition.
Not to mention the fact that you have an easy access to an audience already, being that you can easily market stuff to people that are just your friends. Like, hey, I'm tuning in.
Yeah.
A lot of times they'll be more easily accessible for people.
Yeah. It's harder for someone to leave what they're doing, go on Twitch when they're already on Facebook. You're already in the neighborhood, might as well watch, right? Yeah. And so each platform does have a few cons, and Twitch, let's start with them. Heavy content creator base, right? Makes gaining traction take longer. Like, I can tell you guys right now, I stared a lot of days in a stream where it's just me and 2 other people, right? But I know it's going to require a lot of dedication and consistency to build that audience. The reason why is how Twitch kind of puts those videos out is the videos or live streams with the most viewers are the ones that get put out on the front page. So it's kind of like counterintuitive for the little guys. So you're going to be up against a bigger fight on Twitch overall, right? It takes more time to set up your entire page and stream. Twitch is very big. It's like the Photoshop of streaming. There's so many different things you can do, and there's really no hard ceiling. Like, I can literally set up the same stream with just 3 scenes, no widgets, no alerts, and still have fun, versus somebody like Ninja, for example, or Pokemon, and they have a lot of things going on, animations and widgets, so it does take a lot longer to get it takes a lot longer to get set up, right? And I put this twice, but it's definitely higher need for creativity followed by higher need for creativity. Okay, the everyone is on Twitch has seen it all already, right? If you're just the same guy who's just out there playing Dead or Alive 5, you have 500 viewers, no one wants to see that. But if you're the same person who comes out with some crazy new content, and you have to get creative and crazy with it to kind of bump your way up through the ranks on Twitch, right? YouTube Live, their cons are new creators can get left behind. The algorithm, like we said earlier, is amazing, but there's a caveat. If you know how to take advantage of it, right? And of course, if you don't, go check out our friend Roberto Blake on YouTube. He will teach you, anytime the algorithm changes, he'll teach you how to get over that. But you gotta know how to use the tags, the links, the correct phrasing, the correct back-end stuff.
Not to mention avoiding certain things so you don't,
right,
get yourself nicked for monetization and stuff
like
that.
Yeah, the music right, it's a lot.
Copyright, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, for those who just want to kind of get in and stream and try to start building success, it can be a bit of a daunting task, right? And we talk about a lot of strikes for music. Right now, listen to the stream. We got, like a cool little mix going on. If this is on YouTube, we might get flagged.
Get some trouble,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, Twitch is catching up to that too. Twitch is also having some weird stuff, but be careful of that, right? It also just makes your production a lot harder to get up to that quality, right? And again, a lot of stuff, tags and like algorithms and things, just a lot of stuff to get into. But once you're in there, then you're good to go, right? Facebook Live, it's great. It's the jack of all trades program in our opinion. But it's good at a lot of things, but not so really good, right? It doesn't have the features of Twitch. It doesn't have the back end compatibility of YouTube. It doesn't have the big audience. But it's good though. It's serviceable, right?
It works.
Yeah, it works. And so doesn't have a lot of great UI currently for streamers. They are actively developing it, but it's not getting onto the level of Twitch, for example, right? And can be a bit of a pay-to-play platform, and the reason why is because you can directly pay Facebook to boost your awareness, which is can be kind of a money suck for people, especially if you it's going to be a long time before you naturally build up those audiences, right? So if they allow you a little back door for some money, you get into a lot.
Pushed up to the top. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So where should you go from which one should you try? As a new person, try them all. There's absolutely no reason for you to limit yourself and dedicate yourself to one platform, and until you find one that makes sense for you, right? So you could give two ways you could do this. You give it the 90-day try, 3 months. Stream on a platform for 3 months, see what your numbers are, let people know you're moving over to a different platform, try a new one, and kind of compare, right? You're young, you're new, you're able to make mistakes, so you're able to be agile, right? You're gonna lose 1 or 2 followers here and there for the potential to gain
preference
hundreds, right? So, but the other option, if you have a little bit of money, is to use Restream.io, and that website allows you to stream from your program out to all of these at once, and no one knows that you're restreaming to other things.
You're essentially reaping the benefits of all the platforms.
Yes.
Not to mention that you can also use a lot of these in conjunction with each other. All your clips from Twitch, you can actually upload those to YouTube and get another source of views and revenue there. So
yeah,
it all works together. It can all work together.
Yeah.
It's like an ecosystem.
Yeah. And one big thing to let you know is like just a nail in the coffin for dedicating yourself to being a Twitch person or a YouTube person or Facebook Live person is there were Mixer people not too long ago, and Mixer's gone.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? They were so dedicated to a program. Now places like Twitch will try to get you to be like affiliated with them, right? I would say avoid that until you know it's going to make sense for you, right? Definitely see what the others have to offer for your numbers, because you can be successful in all three, So that kind of wraps it up for some platforms. And again, Restream, this is the page you're looking for when you go to Restream.io.
We got a real quick question as well.
We got a question.
Would you suggest boosting posts on Facebook?
Boosting posts on Facebook, right? So it's a bit of a money game. If you have a lot of money, then yes. We have boosted posts to get specific things when we were doing the podcast, right? We wanted a particular episode to do well, or it had something poignant to say, or there was a big stream or big event. We would post those. We would put ads out about the website, the podcast itself, or there was a special event to boost awareness, to get people on the port, to kind of funnel that in.
Essentially just to get more eyes on the things that you want to get more eyes on.
Yes, it does work. And if you go on YouTube, you can see that there are various strategies, right? On do you pay a lot of money for a short amount of time or try to spread it out? A lot of people who are in the know would say, if you have the money, do the whole full campaign, do it in a short amount of time. get the maximum amount versus trying to do the $5 a day, get a couple of things.
Just kind of trickle stuff in and kind of see where it goes, and if you're actually reaping any benefits.
Right. And that is all. Again, I wouldn't boost my posts if I just started as well. You know, I would boost my posts if I already had traction and I was trying to get more. Right. If I had a business that needed to boost posts to get more sales, and we saw an increase in sales, then that would be proof that you should continue going further. And that's one thing that Facebook is good at. The algorithm is pretty decent. You do have to play with it a bit. Don't just use it as is. You have to like get in there and really be specific about that profile that you have. But if you do have a profile, if you do some UI work and you know your target audience pretty well, then you might find it fruitful. But it is going to cost you money, and the more money you put in, the more you get out. That's why we call it a money suck. Yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. But moving along a little bit, some do's and don'ts for the streaming basics, right? So go through the do's because, you know, we'll do back and forth. You want to do the don'ts?
Well, yeah.
You want to do the do's?
Am I the negative one?
I guess I'm negative. I'm the more negative one. Don't be fooled by my
We
charm.
can just talk to them. It don't matter. Be creative. Number one. Like he was saying earlier, there's a lot of people streaming, especially now. Like it's the thing to do, right? So you want to be creative. You want to do something unique, something true to yourself that will garner more attention from other people, because you never know what somebody could be interested in. You never know what's going to catch somebody's eye. So you really want to be creative. And plus, again, that's going to go back to make it more fun for you.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So with that, don't go in unprepared.
Yes.
Do your research. Now, when we say do your research, some of you who are already here are already in that phase, right? This ain't even for you because y'all are already here watching us, right? This is part of the research. Talk to streamers. Look up people like Roberto Blake. I'm going to keep telling you guys to go to this guy's channel. He offers 1.5 hour seminars for free on the mindset that you need to have to be a content creator. It really, really, really helps to be that much prepared, right? Have a top 5 list of streamers for different reasons. Streamers that you like to watch because of their content, their graphics, the flow of their show. Study everyone you watch.
Exactly.
Don't
Anybody
just consume.
You watch, you can take notes. Like, I mean, it's easy to consume things, piggybacking off what you were saying, but a lot of times we spend time, like, especially as designers, we spend time looking at other people's content and kind of pulling things, I like that, and taking notes of what's working for them, how it works for them, and how we can apply it to our own product.
Yeah, ain't no shame in that game.
Yeah, no, everybody's taking
right. No one out here is creating anything just in a vacuum, right? Exactly. You got to get your influences. You have to get your references, right? And that's how you're gonna make yourself not have to go through any unnecessary pitfalls, right? So I'll do the next one. You do the next one.
Gotcha.
Be prepared to have a lot of skills to learn streaming. I alluded to this earlier. Our stream was designed by us, so that's your design cap, right? You have to be a designer for it. You're going to have to be the content creator. So when we think about the purpose of our stream, what we're going to do from day to day, you have to produce that. You're going to have to be the writer in some cases. Think about your flow. You're the talent, so you're also the one on the camera. So you got to brush up on your people skills. You got to learn how to talk to the camera. You have to learn how to check the chats, learn how to check the stream, right? You're going to have to be an engineer because you're going to have to be able to set up all of the if you looked at the wiring mess that is at my feet right now, it is ridiculous, right? You're going to have to be an electrician when things run wrong and your stuff's not working. You don't have any power to your microphone. You're going to have to be an audio person. You're going to have to be a videographer, a lighting guy, everything, right? But luckily for you, streaming is a journey and not a whole destination. And there's a ton of free resources out there to help you with everything. Everything I've learned, I didn't know this a year ago. I basically just went on YouTube and just took it one step at a time.
Right.
Yeah.
And we got not necessarily, a sort of question and comment, essentially agreeing with the second do. You got to know your game inside and out, because that's what forces those moments you can clip and make videos from, which is very true.
Yes. Who that?
Rewind Shock. Thank you for that.
Yo, appreciate that. Yeah,
it's absolutely very true, because if you don't know your game, then you're just kind of twiddling around and you're
gonna run around in circles, man.
Exactly.
And that's the winning strategy in anything. And I'm just gonna ramble as it comes an old man. Anything you want to do, get your research done.
Exactly.
Right.
It always helps to be prepared. Also, this is super important. Run tests before you go live.
Yes.
As we can attest to, even right before this stream, we ran into some issues.
Yes.
Sometimes things just don't work. That's how technology works.
Yeah.
So it's good to run tests. audio tests, video tests, make sure things are captioned right, make sure your levels are good just beforehand, because once you get to actually streaming, it might be a little bit too late. Granted, in a lot of cases, like if you're somebody like Maximilian or something, you can run your tests as you're streaming, you know, toward the beginning to get people, you know, get the audience's feedback.
Yep.
Is my audio good? Like, you know, is this too loud? Whatever. Is the video working correctly? You know, sometimes it helps to have like a little group of people to preview your stream just to let you know that you're not screwing everything up.
Yep. Shout outs to one of my homies, RC McPanther. He always is one of the first people in on a stream, and he's always like, "Yo, M, your audio's too
loud,
high,
man.
You loud, you wild. Hey, that music's not bumping. Kick that up.
I can hear your nose breath.
Right. That's
every time we play, I give him crap about that.
Every time. So with that, I'm gonna jump with another. Don't be forced to feel like you're a streamer that you're not. This is me. This is not this is me. If you see me in the streets, you see me at Dragon Con, this is how I am, right? Exactly. This is the most natural that I can be.
And you can probably tell now I'm the complete opposite. I'm way more reserved, like, so I know it's hard for me to feign excitement for stuff, and it just doesn't feel natural to me. So, you know, but that's my comfort level. And people might come to me for that, and people might come to you for, you know, hamming it up. Yeah. It just all makes sense. But working together, we have some kind of foil going on or something.
Yeah. No, it absolutely works. And this is us. Like, I don't have to think. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to think to be you. Be authentic is really what it is.
Because you have to remember, if you know, portray some kind of character, people come into you for the specific thing. So you're going to have to do that. Whatever you set your schedule to be, you're going to have to do that every single time just about. And people are going to be looking for that. So you're going to have to question, am I going to be able to keep this up? So it's better to just be yourself. You know what I mean?
Yep. And also, I'm jumping with another don't. We're going to talk about equipment. You ain't got to go expensive, bro.
No.
Cheap.
No.
Very cheap. Very easy, right?
You did not spend a ton.
Actually, I'm going to run through all the don'ts because y'all need to hear all these don'ts, right? Don't complicate your setup. You don't need to be ninja out here. Very simple, like $60 for a camera is what you need. We're streaming on a DSLR. Don't mind that. Yeah. Most streamers, way more successful streamers than us, stream on a $60 camera, right?
The Logitech, we'll get
to that. Yeah. Don't be inconsistent. If you're going to stream on a regular basis. People out here don't have to come and watch you, and it's already hard enough to find you. So make sure you're on at the same time, all the time, right? Pick a time that's comfortable for you. For me, it's right after work. I stream for an hour when I'm going to game anyway. It's easy to keep up with that. So don't leave your stream without a CTA or a sign-off, right? Let people know what they can do after your stream, where they can follow you, where they can catch you, when they can catch you next.
Let them know you're actually not online when you're not online.
Yeah, and thank them for taking the time, man. They could have been watching anything else, like you guys out there.
And they came to you.
I love you guys. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with us. So don't feed into the negativity of the chats. People will come in and hate. It's already
that's the nature of the internet.
Right. Don't give any energy to that, and don't be sloppy and clean your area. I hope my area is clean.
Like, what we got?
Okay, we good. We good. Some people, you see like what's under their bed and it don't look nice in the stream. Don't be that person. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I give y'all enough don'ts. So what they got for the dudes?
Which one are we on?
You over here.
Have fun.
Yes.
Again, that goes also back into being yourself, but have fun. Again, we already touched on that earlier, but that's the most important part. If you're gonna be trying to do this on a consistent basis, you want to make sure it's fun for you. Once it starts feeling like work, you become uninterested, less likely to want to do it anymore. Quick. Make sure you have fun. It's the most important part to me. Another dude, interact with any number of viewers in the chat, even if it's zero.
Even if it's
Even if it's zero.
Pretend somebody is there.
These people came to see you.
Get your mom on the end of the line. You know what I'm saying? Call up your homie who owe you a favor. He better be that one viewer.
You better come watch me, dog. Come watch me. No, but you definitely want to interact with these people because, again, they came to see you. And plus, it's hard to sit there and talk to yourself for hours or however long you're going to stream. Mm-hmm. It's hard to sit there and talk to yourself for hours on end. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to interact with these people for conversation. And plus, you can start to build like a sense of community with these people as well. These people will keep returning back. You'll start seeing familiar faces. And you can chop it up with them all the time.
Yeah. You get to know their name. They become real people. You know what I'm saying?
And some of them might even end up helping you in the long run when you need something like a moderator or something like that. So it all works out for you. It's literally a community.
Yeah.
Another to do. Take advantage of social media. It's your marketing platform. I hate social media. Okay, it's my least favorite thing.
He ain't even on Facebook, y'all. It's crazy.
I'm there. I just don't.
You ain't on the Facebook.
But anyway, shout out to our boy Jed at Just Cosplay. he's the big social media guy. But we had to make sure to take advantage of that because one, that's gonna get more eyes on your product. And you want to actually take pride in what you do there because, you know, whether it's like the look of it, moderating your content there as well, and just honestly reaching out to a broader audience. It's an invaluable marketing tool.
Absolutely. And then I think the last one, this is your favorite one right here.
Oh yeah, take time to think about your branding. Yes. Oh my God. So again, our background is in graphic design and stuff. Branding is super important.
As you can see.
Essentially, once you create a moniker, a name for yourself, some kind of brand, you want to establish some kind of look. Goes going back into your creativity. You want to establish your brand because you want people to return to you and be able to recognize you whenever they see you. So things as simple as, if you're recording something full screen, having like a icon or logo in the bottom right corner, just so people know who you are and where to find you.
Yep.
It's very important. It's almost the most important part of trying to develop a Twitch stream.
And it's easy.
Super easy.
For all of you who are not graphically inclined, you can just throw money at the situation. We're going to show you how. All right. So with that, we're going to show you the blueprint for our setup. Now, our setup is a bit more intermediate. Mm-hmm. They can scale, but these things are not hard to find. So this is my handy dandy quick blueprint guide.
I like the little Xbox-esque console.
Yeah, it's Xbox-esque. But so this is our setup. We have two big softbox lights that are illuminating us, right? Straight from Amazon. They were like $60, right?
We don't even have to do all that.
We don't even have to do all that. We just, you could use your house lighting, but we just really liked this lighting, right? And we have the stuff set up. We have a blue snowball mic. That's what you're listening right now. It's $60, right? I got the headphones on. These some Steel Series.
And that's high end. Like, you don't have to do all
this. Was $60. This my game. Yeah.
Dang, mine. Oh, damn, I bought the wrong ones. Whatever.
You know what I'm saying? You have your console that's optional. That's if you guys are a gaming streamer, right? The capture card for that is optional, right? That is if you're a gaming streamer. The dual monitor setup that I have, it's optional, right? I'm actually only using one monitor in the laptop right now to watch the stream. But two monitors, they don't have to be really expensive, especially the second one. You may have your Twitch chat up or your Streamlabs up, and then the game or content you're playing on another one. So it just helps to have two.
I saw a nice comment here. Radiant Collapse, I'm sorry, said I have a checklist I go through every time before I go live.
Oh, that is a great tip.
Really great practice. I should put that in.
I'm gonna actually take that.
Thank you for that.
Yes, that's amazing. Yes, having a checklist because you're gonna forget. You're gonna forget. You're gonna have to do this every time. I don't think I've ever launched a stream one time and everything was just ready to go.
There's always something that goes wrong.
Absolutely. We have a device called a Stream Deck, and for some of our more complicated streams, like when we're streaming a tournament, we have multiple casters. It is nice to press a button and go to another scene or go to another camera we've set up.
That's just like a quality of life.
It's just a quality of life thing. I probably should have put optional under that too. And then our gaming PC. Streaming does require a lot from your computer, especially if you're streaming a video game, right? You're asking the computer to process this game in real time and also process the recording of said game in real time and then process the exporting of that to Twitch in real time. Your computer will die if it's not strong.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It's literally happened to us.
Yes. And we
were just doing audio at that point.
Yes. It died. We had whole things gone. Oh, God. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Oh, man. Repressed hurtful memories.
Let me just bring that back in for a little bit. Okay. All right. Bad memories. You can tell. Well, this is rough. And then we have another light over here. And I forgot the optional cat. If you're a streamer, you can also have a cat on your streaming setup. It's very popular these days. I have my Gengar plush. Moving on. So when we're talking about equipment, we're talking about computers. It's kind of the heart of your whole gaming rig, right? So we have two kind of mid-range, I would say, computers, right? You could spend a lot more in the $2,500 for computers, or you could go a lot less actually, and have a friend build them. But
or build it yourself. That's always an option.
Yeah, but for the sake of a beginner and kind of easier guide, you got the Alienware Aurora R10 and the CyberPower PC Gamer Extreme VR, right? So one is a bit more VR ready. I think they're both actually VR ready.
Most of them are nowadays.
Yeah, they've kind of brought that down. But right now we have one that's $979.99 and then around $1,200. And these are two computers that are going to get you great setup, to be able to run any game you want and really kind of not have to run into a lot of the latency issues that you'd have running with a lower PC, right? I'm very simple, right, with this, right? If it's affordable,
you have a cat, 1,000 views, 10,000 views.
Yeah, yeah. Cat's important.
100,000 views.
The cat's important.
We also have a dog in here too. He
a dog.
He likes to show up.
We got both demographics. He
likes to show up.
And the dog and the cat match. They both tuxedo animals.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
We should probably start an Instagram for him, to be honest.
Yeah. Remy's already vain. It's fine.
Yeah, he is. So if you guys are looking for a computer and it's not the two of these, just to run through two little quick things to just consider. Price is the biggest thing. This is biggest gateway.
And just from experience, like we both built our own machines actually.
Yes.
And shout out to our homie In It to Win It, another person that shows up on the stream all the time. But you can also have the option of building your own PC because one, you can pick all your different parts and kind of set your basically buy things based on how you can afford them. Mm-hmm. Like I live and die by Micro Center. I built my entire PC out of Micro Center because I find that they have some of the best deals and some of the cheaper parts.
Yeah.
And but you can literally get that stuff from anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's all up to you though. So.
Absolutely. I mean, you could slash these prices in half, to be honest. And there's a lot of slash them. Right. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there for budget build gaming PCs. When you're looking that up, specifically say gaming because you're going to be really focusing on the graphics card and the processor on this. It's going to so. $700 to $1,000 is what I usually recommend, right? With $700 to $1,000, you can buy a pretty decent one, or you can make an even stronger one, right? You're looking at something with like a Core i5 processor. I would go i7 if we're being really technical, just because you don't know how long you're going to be streaming, and
And I actually use an AMD style.
Oh yeah, you use AMD. Which one do you have?
I have the Ryzen 5. I think.
Yeah.
So 5.
It's going to work for you, right? Performance is the next big factor, right? Think about the type of gaming experience you're after, right? If it's a solid 1080, 60 frames per second, you need your shooter going, make sure your computer can run that and then some, because like we said, you're going to be demanding that this computer also record it if it's coming from PlayStation, capture it, put it back out there, and both are going at the same time. It's a lot for it to manage.
A lot.
Yes. Upgradability is big. I mean,
and that's the big benefit of having a PC in general. Just the fact that you can customize and upgrade when you need to.
Yeah.
Which goes back to us saying, you don't have to have everything all at one time and the highest end stuff all at the beginning. Like you can literally build up from the bottom.
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
And this is just last one for me, VR readiness, because you never know if you want to stream in VR.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
So make sure you can kind of cover, and like I said, most gaming PCs right now are VR ready, so you don't have to worry about that like you used to. So we talked earlier about cameras and microphones. Cameras, the Logitech C920, $60-$70.
Super cheap.
Super cheap, low light display, microphone built in, 1080p.
It's what
can mount on anything.
Use.
Everybody uses this. Just get it. Don't even debate that. Just buy it. All right.
And the Blue Snowball, we're using it right now. I highly recommend it. You can find them on Amazon.
It's tubeless, man.
Nowadays things are a little jacked up in price, but you can usually find these around $50-$60.
Yeah.
Like it's super cheap. It works well. It captures audio well. You don't necessarily have to worry about a lot of ambient audio.
Yeah.
Sometimes, depending on your situation. And also, you can even buy little kits like the one that we have up here. They come with a pop filter, which if you work with this guy, is super important. Plosives. Yeah, he has very strong plosives. So yeah, be mindful of all that stuff. But all this stuff can be found super cheap.
Some of these also come bundled. Like this microphone comes with headphones.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? For $74, it's a steal. Amazon to get you right and ready. Lighting, that's a big thing, right?
You can go as simple as a ring light and as complex as a softbox.
Yes. And we've got a couple of little setups here just for an example. And let's grab these on YouTube just to kind of see what some rigs look like. If you have a big enough desk, you can get 2 little lights here. The most important thing is to just have some even lighting on your face, right? These kits that you see, you can have one big box like my man down here in the corner that's just right above and on top, and you can kind of see it gives you that like film interview look. You can have the 2 soft boxes like we do, and we're kind of more like the upper left hand. It just gives an even glow because I don't know how many people are going to be on stream with me. I could have a whole party back here.
Just light the whole room.
Fine, or you can get real up close and personal, you know what I'm saying, and just have like a ring light if you're doing makeup, or giving them looks and giving them the face. You know, you just have that. You can have your webcam right in there. It's really easy. So the next equipment, and this is just for you console gamers, or you know, I think you could capture other things, but primarily console gamers use this capture cards.
Yes.
So if you're wanting, say, to no longer use just PlayStation to stream, and you want to capture your stuff in clear, high quality HD, you're gonna need one of these two guys right here. Now,
I think there might be some other options, but
no, there's a ton. There's a ton, but these are the two that I'm gonna recommend.
These are like the gold standard, pretty much.
The Elgato HD 60S is literally plug and play. You get this little black soap bar, right? You plug your PlayStation into one side, you plug your TV into one side, you plug that into your computer,
basically.
Boom! You in there like swimwear. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Now, what you're allowed to do is now you can capture your footage for YouTube video, for example. Edit it later on. You could use it as a source in your live stream program. It's great. Now, the price is a little steep. It's $179.99. It's outside of the computer. It's the most expensive thing we've suggested right now. But it is absolutely worth it. So
especially
if you have to save,
a console game.
Yeah. And, you know, there's options. You don't have to always go with the HD 60S, right?
And there's also different versions. Like, you can do internal or external versions of both of these,
I believe. Absolutely. So this is external. It's plug and play. But you can also, if you're savvy, it's just like putting in another graphics card or hard drive slot. It just slides into your computer, and now you have something that can capture footage. On the flip side, you also have the Live Gamer Portable 2 Plus, right? And that's a little cheaper, right? It's
$139.99. Going to before I actually got the Elgato, because Elgato was what we were familiar with.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Elgato is what we're familiar with. We're kind of like Elgato stands at this point, but you're not going to really lose anything by going with another option. The fun thing about technology is, for the most part, outside of being picky, they're quality products, right? It's not like one's going to capture an SD and one's going to capture an HD, right? So if you're really about the budget, be mindful of that, because when you start getting these views, baby, you can always upgrade. You feel me? All right, so let's go over to the next one, right? And this is super optional, right?
Quality of life thing,
right? And there are ways around this, and I can tell you guys right now, there are apps on your phone that can do what this whole device does normally, right? So just again,
research and creativity, like we were talking about before.
Yeah, but if you're like me and you've done work in the TV and film industry, you like having a little control room, a little control deck. This is what I like. I like being able to press a button and being able to switch from this scene that we're in, transition into a full screen scene of me playing a game. I also get, I can switch from camera 1 to camera 2, full customization, right? It's literally, you open the app, it says, what do you want this button to be? And this button will be my main scene. And it literally plugs into Streamlabs and sources all of your screens, and you can see them. You can add graphics and names and really make this layout your own. So that way you can just hit a button and not have to worry about anything. It's very good quality of life. And this is a bit more intermediate advanced, but it's what we have. So we figured we'd show it to you guys. And again, lighting. This is just an example of a lighting kit. Right, 2 huge soft boxes with LEDs. These things last forever. I think I've had them for years on, like nights on end. They haven't blown out. I mean, easy money, right? So as we're seeing with some of you guys, some of you beginners out there, I hope this kind of illustrates that you don't have to spend a lot of money on the equipment, right?
And again, you don't have to buy everything right at the beginning. You can literally build yourself up.
Yeah, I mean, your headset that you have at home, like this, will work in for a mic and a feedback. Your old rinky-dink monitor, that would work for a secondary monitor, right? Your room lighting, natural lighting from the sun. Maybe you decide to stream at an earlier time in the day so you can catch that natural light. That works as well. You don't even have to have a camera to stream these days. That's completely optional too. Don't think that anything in here is some sort of gatekeeping criteria for getting into the game, right? And so one of the last things that you're going to need as far as equipment is the actual program that you're streaming in or streaming from. We recommend Streamlabs OBS.
Live and die by it. It's the best.
You know why?
It's free!
It's free! Okay?
And with all the money that you spent on your setup, it's nice to have something that you don't have to pay for.
Yeah, what was that other one that we were using?
XSplit at the beginning.
XSplit.
It was, for me,
they charge you money.
They charge you money monthly. Like a monthly subscription type thing.
This ain't Netflix.
And to me, the interface is just a little counter.
It's trash. It's trash.
What he said?
I don't know. You guys, some of the people out there, I don't know who already streams. It's trash. It's hot garbage. Okay? You know what I'm saying? You paying money for nothing. Okay? I'm just going to let you know. I'm going to clown you a little bit on the stream because it's like that. Not only is this free, right? But as we're going to be able to show you later on, it has a marketplace where you can just buy a stream layout.
Yep.
When you buy it, it installs itself. That means all of the alerts, all of the animations, all the transitions, all the scenes, all your camera stuff. All you have to do is say, here's the camera, plug it into my camera. Microphone, plug it in, and you're in there. Put your game stuff and you're ready to go. I mean, you could go from buying a favorite layout that you want to being on air in like 5 minutes, right? Everything is set up for you, as well as some of these templates allow you to change the colors, change the graphics. We're going to give you some resources on some places you can go to get free overlays, cheap overlays, customizable overlays. Streamlabs allows you to do that automatically. It's just so super user friendly. And so Streamlabs comes from its partner, I guess, forked program, just OBS. Right, because officially it's Streamlabs OBS, right? This is just the more user-friendly version of OBS for those who are familiar with OBS, and we're not even talking about the other one. It's just hot garbage.
I don't even remember this.
I don't even remember it at this point. So yes, go to streamlabs.com right now if you don't already have it and you're interested in
download it. It's free.
Not only do they have the free service, y'all. Not only do they have that, but they have resources for every problem and thing. Videos, documentation, help, community. The Discord is fire. There are YouTube videos. There's YouTube. Just Gael Level. Gael Level. He's another one of the content creators that really goes in on really how to use Streamlabs to your benefit. I can tell you guys right now, I've ran entire tournaments and shows just through Streamlabs. It's incredibly robust and free.
We got a question. Radiant J asks, with the PS5 release looming, would it be worth getting a PS4 capture card if there's a chance Sony will make streaming much more accessible?
That depends. So here's what I always say, right? And a generational shift in consoles is always kind of like, it always kind of forces people's hands because things become obsolete overnight. Right? Yeah. Now, the difference between, and I don't know what Sony's going to be bringing, right? If Sony and the PS5 if they bring a way for us to seamlessly get in absolutely perfect, and they're talking about 4K stuff as a source to your computer or something else without the need of a capture card, then absolutely you don't need to buy it, right?
Other than that, you can, if you've already got your setup, I would just keep going with what you're working with now until you do find the need to upgrade to anything else or whatever else is available.
And if it was me, to be honest, when I capture video from the PlayStation 4, it's always compressed and I hate it. Right, and I have to go to that stupid PlayStation app. It's proprietary. I just want the clean video.
Exactly.
The reason why is because I'll take that video, cut it up, and make a YouTube video out of it. Right. I can't do that through the PlayStation. I can do it if I capture it raw.
You have a lot more control with the capture card.
Yeah. So depending on what you're going to want to do, and that's what I would, if you want to respond in the chat, let us know, what are you going to do with that content? If you're just streaming it out there and you're a budget streamer, don't bother with the card. PlayStation will suffice until you can get it. But if you're an editor and you're a YouTuber and you're already in the game and you're already creating content and you need that fresh, clean video for your pipeline, if PlayStation 5 is not offering that, you're going to have to get the upgraded card. It's going to force your hand, and it's an unfortunate thing, but these things only happen once every decade or so. Exactly. So, yeah, it's fairly easy. I can't praise Streamlabs enough. Everybody gets Streamlabs. They're great.
It's free.
Yes.
It's free.
Free 99.
If it's free, it's me. Who I
think it is? If it's free, it's me.
Come on.
That's what I'm talking about. So for some of you guys who are savvy out there with the graphics, you're gonna want a graphic editor. Reason being is because let's say you go on one of our friends at Nerd or Die, right? And you download one of their templates. You're loving it for a month or two, but for some reason you're feeling green and you want to change it from red to green. You're gonna have to learn Photoshop.
Yep.
You know. So this is the big boy. This is the number one thing. Photoshop. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Adobe does offer a subscription-based access. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars to own the program anymore. So you can kind of buy it for when you need it and then not use it ever again. You feel me? So that's about as much as it gets paid for free. But you have programs like GIMP, you have programs like Boxy SVG, SVG Edit, Inkscape, Roll App. You have so many apps. You even have apps on your phone now that you can use to make the graphics that are necessary for your stream. So these are just kind of if you're unfamiliar with Photoshop, again, plenty of resources out there. Do not be afraid.
We're in the age of the internet.
We are in the age of information. So just type in beginning Photoshop lessons. You can even get very specific and type in live stream layout Photoshop tutorial, and I guarantee you 5 or so videos will pop up on showing you step by step exactly how to create one. And we're going to go over just some basic guidelines right now, but
this chat says the PS5 looks like Seto Kaiba or something.
Yo, the PS5 looked like Cell. You know what I'm saying? Whitewash Cell. The PS5 do look like Kaiba though, for real, with the
collar,
the pop collars. You know what I'm saying? So speaking of graphics, I want to take a moment to point some things out for you guys, right? I'm a designer, and I see a lot of stream layouts that look jank, and they're very easy to fix, right? But it's not because the person is jank or they have less skills. No. It's just there's some simple rules and some simple layouts maybe they didn't really take time to look into. So I decided to want to go through the anatomy of layout scenes for you guys, right? So up above, we've got 2 layouts, right? The one on the left is one we're currently using, right? And the one on the right is an alternate layout, and they're going to be serving 2 purposes. And I just kind of want to use this to kind of illustrate what you guys can look for depending on your content. So the L-bar layout, the classic stream layout, right? Very easy to make, right? You can find any image, and I want to say any image, right? Let's say it's an image of Seto Kaiba fighting over Perfect Cell for that hot new PlayStation 5, right? You throw that in as your background. Right. And what I like to do is I like to find or make a square that is a rectangle, sorry, that is 1920 by 1080 pixels, right? Some people are unfamiliar with that. You hear 16 by 9, 1920, DPI. It's basically the measurement of the pixels. It's 1920 pixels wide and 1080 high, right? You throw that in the corner and you throw a smaller one in the bottom corner. Now you have the perfect place for your camera and your gameplay, but it doesn't stop there. What do you do with the empty spaces, the black, light? Do what we did. You throw your logo up on top, you throw the chat underneath that, and down where it says logo here, some people like to put like a fancy cool graphic or something like that. But you can also throw your alerts right down there. Now you don't have to have your stuff cluttered up by a bunch of someone just popped up and things are just blocking gameplay and everything looks crazy. Also, this is very easy to switch out. Right. You know, it doesn't demand a lot of you to be like a crazy designer or anything like that. You can find some really cool background wallpaper
ways
art.
to use your space too.
Yeah,
like this isn't like the end all be all thing. It is. You can literally do anything you want.
Yeah, and this is just a guideline example for those who are out there trying to create their own space, right? And you'll notice that there are green borders around this for a reason. Use a nice border around the boxes that have your content. It helps separate the content image from the background. And I can't stress this enough because a lot of people make this border too thick or not there at all, and it kind of blurs all together sometimes. But as a beginner, it's very easy to kind of figure out, oh, I can dress this kind of format up the way I like, right? The other alternative, let's say you're playing Call of Duty, right? You want a bigger screen.
Right.
I always like to put my camera down in the center, make it small. The show isn't about me. I'm like a little UI bug down there.
Now, a lot of times you have to consider what game you're playing too.
Yes.
Like, you know, maybe the game's UI or interface or something.
Oh yes.
Might, you know, change where you put your camera. But the beauty of Streamlabs is that you can do that on the fly. Like you can literally drag the camera from one area and put it over here.
Absolutely.
It's so great.
If you guys play League of Legends, you'll know that the bottom of the screen, where my camera is, has all the items. So then I would move that camera over to where there's no items. Now I look like I'm kind of a part of the game. And this goes back to what we said about doing the research. You notice a lot of streamers do a version of 1 or 2 of these kind of layouts. The chat is there with an overlay somewhere that it won't mess with gameplay, and then you're good, right? In this black bar in the full game layout, you can have, again, your subscribers. A lot of fighting game players use this similar layout. Maximilian for sure does it. King J uses it. these are just some good go-tos if you're planning on making the layout yourself. And you can go ahead and screen cap this and honestly just stretch it out and then draw over them, and you'd have an amazing layout. I mean, look what we did. Ours is based off of a beat-em-up game, and we were able to kind of keep all of that in line. So the next thing, let me click on some more music here.
Ads.
So you can tell we're literally just using a YouTube video as an audio source in our stream. Sometimes the ads get you. Wouldn't it be like, oh,
you gotta get the ad blocker, man.
Yeah, I do have to get ad blockers. Another thing, life is good, but get an ad blocker. See how I just turned that commercial to our benefit?
Yeah, I don't think they can see that though.
No, but they can hear it though.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. See, you gotta be smart. Okay. So yes, you can go ahead and just use one of these two layouts. Like I said, just copy and paste them from the stream. I just kind of threw those up there to give a little bit of a template. Now, other two very important things, and that's your main scene. And this is very bare bones, right? This is someone who's just starting. You have your main scene, that's where you're going to live, just like this scene that we're in. But before that, you may want to have a stream starting page, right? Stream starting pages, very simple to do. Put stream starting as big as you want, and we have timer widgets in Streamlabs. You can drop a 15-minute timer in there, or if you're like me, you already have a 15-minute timer animated, and you just drop it into Streamlabs, and you just let that run, right? That's your first scene. It literally just has an image. It could be you, your face, your logo, your cat, Cell fighting Kaiba for that PlayStation 5 in front of Best Buy while an old lady weeps. Stream starting in 15 minutes. Or subsequently, what I like to do is push all that to the side. And these are just quick little design tips. Push all of it to the side.
And you can use this screen for a number of things. Once you get up there, like advertisements, promotion for your friends' streams if you wanted to.
Yes.
Art, fan art, anything. You can literally use this time to do whatever you want to.
Right. And these are, like I said, just templates for those who are a bit more graphically inclined. You can go ahead and I'm just giving a little bit more. And then, of course, this is going to seem real stupid and real simple, right? Like, ain't nothing on here but stream offline.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that your stream offline page clearly says stream offline. Yes, it sounds redundant. I know we're not stupid, but
you have to treat people like they're kids sometimes.
Yes, a lot of people don't know streaming. Your mom's, auntie's, uncle's cousin decides to come and follow you, and they thinking they watching your thing, and it don't say stream offline. Now they looking at a blank picture for 10 minutes like, I thought Charles was supposed to be streaming. No, you got to make it obvious, right? People don't know you yet. And it's also just kind of, it's something that I see. A lot of new streamers, they'll have an image up, and you're like, "Am I waiting for the stream?
What's going on?
Is it going to start? I don't know the schedule."
Idea. You want to provide people with as much information as possible about what you're doing, just to keep people in the know, and make sure people get there when you want them to be there, and leave when it's time to go.
Yes, and so just to quickly run through, you're like, "All right, Mario, you gave us. What about us who don't know how to do the do? I got you, right?" Go to our friends nerdordie.com. It's real easy because we all nerds up in here and none of us want to die. So since we nerds, we might as well go on this. Go to nerdordie.com. And what we about to do is we about to get the plug for the plug. They provide you with cheap, and I mean very cheap, full designs. And I'm going to show you what it actually looks like here. Right, so we've got the Nerd or Die screen up. I'm going to actually take you guys through the nerdordie.com website for a little bit. We're gonna go shopping a little bit for some stuff. So Nerd or Die is real awesome. They have all these really cool templates and packages. They make it really easy. So I'm gonna go over here and click Clearview, which was actually one of my first streaming setups that I did for my personal VR page. This is a $30 stream, right? Let's watch the video. Let's see what all we get, right?
They give you all the duds.
They give you all of this. Look at this. Let's start it up and boom! Oh, this is pretty fancy. Look at your layouts here.
Widgets.
With your widgets, your new subscribers, and let me remind you, the color options, right? It's just a slider that you can change. It comes with. Look at the transition that they give you. You can transition into things. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. This is your be right back, I'm on pause stage. Another transition.
What do you call those?
My stream
Fingers?
starting stage. My stream ending stage. The intermission stage. I didn't even think about intermissions.
Yeah,
just chatting. And this all looks
Of course, the obligatory cat.
Of course, you have to have the cat. If you don't have the cat, people, you're not streaming. You're not streaming.
This is a necessity.
You gotta have it, you know? And all of these are fully animated, pre-rendered, ready to plug and play.
Yep.
When you download it and install it, right, and if you buy it through the Streamlabs store, it auto installs. Through the website, they have a way that you can, they give you the file that allows you to auto install this. And you just move into your new stream like a hermit crab into a new shell.
And if you're a little bit more savvy and you're one of those people who knows After Effects and things like that, or even Photoshop, you can literally buy this template from them and go in and change this to fit your exact aesthetic. Like
yeah. I think what I initially, and if you go to twitch.tv/KomboBreakerz with a K, beginning with a K and ending with a Z, why? Because we knock them out.
It's been a while.
Shout out to Jet.
It's been a while.
You'll see that we actually have modified the clear view graphic to fit our podcast, right? And again, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
It feels good, and it was easy for us, right? So that was clear view, and I'm like, okay, that's a little basic Mario for $30. You know, what else do they have? Well, I'm glad you asked, even though you didn't ask. I don't think anybody asked. But you know what I'm saying? Well,
nah, I didn't see anything.
Nobody asked. So let's do another demo real quick, and just to kind of show you guys. Look at this. Look at this.
Options.
Look at this. Look how fancy they get, right?
Again, we want to reiterate the fact that some of this stuff is built into Streamlabs, so you can literally just go plug and play.
Yes, plug and play. And when I say plug and play, you then just go in and change words. Like literally, you click on the words and you type in what you want it to say. Again, multiple color designs. Look at the retro vibe.
They did all the work for you.
They did all the work for you. And there's no one is gonna see like, oh, he's got a clear view pack, we're not gonna watch him. No, they're gonna be like, hey, this guy clearly cares about the content of a show, I'm gonna watch him. You see what I'm saying? So there is dozens and dozens and dozens of these templates. $30 is about the most you're gonna spend for this, right? But they go all the way down to $15 for their older stuff, and they even have free ones as well.
Just for you to try them out.
Just for you to try them out. So either go to nerdordie.com or go to the store in Streamlabs. You can also buy things from the nerdordie.com store, and also other content creators as well. So back to the PDF. So yeah, that's Nerd or Die. So problems we've ran into, and we ran into a lot. These are by no means the only problems you're going to run into. You're probably going to run into a ton more, right? And some of these seem very simple, but it goes back to the point that was made earlier that you got to have a checklist, and this is part of that checklist for me, right? So biggest thing is audio issues. Your mic is not working. You're talking to the screen, you're doing this.
We got a real quick question. Are they one-time purchases? Yeah, they are one-time purchases. Once you buy the files from Nerd or Die, you have them. So if you buy the, I think they have packages where you can buy some that aren't editable for those that aren't really After Effects savvy, and you also have the option to buy the ones that give you all the native files so that you can do whatever you want to. But yeah, it's just one-time purchase.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And here's the thing: when you buy it, you're basically buying. You get all the downloads and everything. Let's say something happens and your cat hits the delete button, and you lose all your files, or Streamlabs blows up. You have an account with Nerd or Die, so you can go back to your account and just re-download it. Exactly. You've got it for life. You see what I'm saying? Like, let's say you move to another state and your computer gets destroyed. You go back and download it. It's very nice. And this is not a subscription paid kind of service. You know, we're not employees. We're not shilling for them. Mm-hmm. We've just made awesome use of this. Yeah. To be honest, I mean, they're
an awesome resource.
There's the very awesome resource. Very awesome resource. Check out their YouTube channel as well. They'll show you how to manipulate the files, how to get past some troubleshooting with alerts and things like that. So very, very good resource with Nerd or Die. So jumping into some of the problems that we've personally ran into, and again, we're still in the game. Like, we're not by no means preaching to you guys from a high horse. So some of you guys may have different issues that you've run into, but my mic audio is not working. I can't tell you how many times I've jumped on live and just went,
nothing happened.
Nothing happened. People are like, what's wrong with you? So the cables are bad. Bad cables are things. Don't go cheap.
Power is a thing. You know, you definitely need to invest in good cables because I mean, all of us have dealt with, like, even something as simple as a charger for your phone. You know what those bad ones are. Like, invest in your cable.
Yes, and there's a difference in cables. Some cables, USB specifically, are powered USB, and some are not. Things that are going to require a powered USB, your camera and your microphone, they draw a lot of power. So those two USB ports, I'm not relying on drawing power from just the computer. You know, a lot of times you may have too many things plugged into a USB and it's just not responding. So I have powered USBs. The other thing,
and the USB hub, the powered USB hub.
Yes, powered USB hubs as well helps a lot. The other thing is length of cable. So this is something I didn't know when I started. The longer your USB cable, the weaker the signal. And for a lot of them, they can't carry enough data across to carry your mic, and it stops you from talking. It's weird, right? Wrong USB ports, you know, USB 2.0 versus 3.0.
Yep.
Always try to use your 3.0s for your powered stuff.
Like, we have enough trouble figuring out which way to plug the USB cable in. Now we got to worry about the power as well.
Yeah.
It happens.
Wrong audio settings, right? So there are two sources of settings for audio in Streamlabs, like the main audio for the whole app, where you get to choose, hey, this is where my mic is coming from. Hey, this is my audio source. Then when you get out to the main scene, you have another set of audio things where each individual audio source in the mixer can be turned on and off. You can make sure you're monitoring it, which is basically makes you hear it in a feedback or not. You have to make sure all your stuff is connected to the right audio source, to the right monitor in every settings window ever, right? Because if not, you may not be monitoring. It may be working, but it may just not be coming through your headphones or your speakers. The mic is muted.
That happens all the time, especially when you got this headset.
Do you see this?
It has a button on it that you can toggle the audio or whatever.
Yeah.
And I leave mine muted all the time. It happens.
It definitely does happen.
We forget. We're human.
Yeah. And, you know, having that person to check, or even just checking yourself, running through a checklist, helps you get through all this.
Testing.
Yeah.
You know.
Testing for sure. The mixer is muted. Whether you have an external mixer, whether you have Voice Meter Banana, which is an app that is a digital mixer, whether you're using the native audio mixer in the program, sometimes you just might have muted that thing. And for those who don't know what a mixer is, it's just basically the part of the program that manages where the audio is coming from. Is my music that you guys are hearing coming from my desktop audio? Desktop audio has a mixer and I can see the sound waves going. My microphone comes in right underneath that. If it's working, I can see. If there's no colors moving, something's not working. I got to go through the whole troubleshooting process. So microphones.
Another comment that we often run into this problem. Riff Arcade again. My favorite is when Streamlabs changes my mic input settings just for funsies.
Oh,
that happens all the time. It literally happens before then. We have like a bunch of audio sources. Yeah. We have a bunch of audio sources. Like sometimes your computer automatically just picks one of them. And for whatever reason, I don't know. Technology, man. Like,
also just on the wind, it just be like, I don't want to. Sometimes it be hiding your audio sources. I'm like, yo, my mic is plugged in Streamlabs. And so in those cases, what I always tell to do is just restart Streamlabs altogether.
Restart your computer. The whole computer.
Yeah, restart the whole computer. Just burn it down. You know what I'm saying? Just like call it a day. A lot of times that fixes a lot. Stream not going live. The black screen of death, as I like to call it.
Happened to us before? Well,
yes. Yeah, it happens to us.
Yeah.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot. So sometimes it could be one of two things. Your graphics card isn't updated, especially if you're using an NVIDIA graphics card. The minute that thing needs to update it, and it does update often, sometimes it just will not allow you to stream. The other times is it's in Streamlabs itself. It'll give you like a red warning on the bottom, and a lot of time restart your computer. That'll help that. Another thing that's outside of those two programs is to stream to Twitch, you have to have the stream address, right? That is a private piece of information that you have to go into your settings and unlock and find. If that thing is missing the last letter, you're not going to be able to stream. If you're trying to stream to Facebook and you have the YouTube one plugged in, it's not going to stream to Facebook. So definitely check the stream link, right? For those who are streaming to Facebook, at times it can be very finicky to get that stream link to work. It's not as simple as dragging it in. And I don't know if they fixed that recently because we haven't been on Facebook recently, but when we were streaming on Facebook, you had to go through some loop-de-loops to get it to the stream key to go in. The stream key is usually what you're looking for.
Right.
If it has to do with Streamlabs OBS, they have a dedicated FAQ troubleshooting page. I have used that to success literally 2 or 3 times. Video is the next area where things mess up. The actual video, it's your screen's not showing your actual camera. One, make sure that the source is not hidden. Definitely. There are many times I've clicked an eyeball on a layer and it just hit it and it wouldn't show up.
And it'll happen because in Streamlabs, a lot of times you work with multiple sources. You have to, capture windows, capture specific games, capture whatever it is, audio, whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of times that stuff gets mixed up and sometimes it just becomes dense.
Yeah.
So it can happen to where you have the wrong source.
Yeah.
All the time.
Update your Elgato software. For those who are using the Elgato, it has to update. And if you don't update it, it ain't capturing your PlayStation. That has happened to me so many times where I couldn't get any one of my videos showing. And then the last 2 things is update your graphics card, as well as check to see if you can even use the source you're trying to stream. So it could definitely be something like a game like Forza or League of Legends. They kick you to different windows, or they don't allow you to kind of like, stream. But it could be many kind of things, but you just have to make sure that you also update your graphics card. Updating your graphics card fixes a lot of these issues. I can't tell you how many times I just had to look into the little NVIDIA tray and see that exclamation point, like, oh man, here we go. I've updated it 2 times already. But that's a few things that we ran into. I mean, just for I think that's pretty much our whole presentation.
That's pretty much all.
Yeah. I can't really think of anything that a beginner would need to know. We covered
pretty much
everything that we've gotten up to until this point. At this point in time now, we've got about 8 minutes left.
I think we actually up to 3 now.
Up to 3 minutes. Okay, we read that wrong. 3 minutes. This is the last bit. If anyone has
real quick
a last minute question,
type
we
them
will,
in super
we will
fast.
type it in. If not, I'm just gonna show you guys some really funky things. When I say, look at this. Look at this. This was a scene that was bought on Nerd or Die, and the original kind of main thing. If I click my button and transition over here to something else,
make sure you have good internet. Thanks for that, Grave Crab.
Yes.
You gotta have good internet.
Yes. How could I?
Even when you have good internet, sometimes the internet screws up. Like Xfinity or AT&T, whatever.
Yeah. How could I assume that we all have good internet?
Yeah.
Shame on me.
How dare you?
Shame on me. But I'm just showing you guys some of the graphics that we've purchased from Nerd or Die. I haven't even used half of these. I'm just sitting here. Look how beautiful they are.
Suggestion from Radiant J: more RAM. Yes, the more RAM you have, the more processes you'll be able to run simultaneously.
That is a very good one.
Super important. Again, you'll be doing a lot of multitasking. So yeah, more RAM.
Super important.
And good RAM too.
Yes.
Don't buy that cheap stuff.
Yes. Yeah, man. I gotta go back on the internet thing. For all you guys out there playing games online, get cable. Don't use wireless.
Yeah.
It's not your friend. It's not any of our friends. Not anybody's friends. Now, the only time wireless will be acceptable is if you're mobile streaming. You're kind of locked into that. But dang, yes, internet. But I think that's about as much time as we have, y'all.
It's been fun.
It's been real fun, man. It's been fun going down memory lane and looking through
good memories and bad.
Good memories and bad, yeah. I do hope that we were able to enlighten some folks about the world of streaming, give you guys some resources to get you started. Please be sure to check us out every day at 7 p.m., right? We're here on Scrubs to Dubs, playing fighting games, getting beat up, learning how to beat up folks.
Mostly getting beat up.
And
also learn. But mostly getting beat up.
We Scrubs, and we're trying to get the dubs. Right? Scrubs to Dubs, not dubs that Scrubs have already won.
That's Super Mario Buffers. I'm sorry, I'm just reading the chat.
I love it. I love chat. You guys have been awesome.
Thank you guys so much.
You guys are amazing. And again, check out Roberto Blake on YouTube to get your mind right on streaming. Go to nerdordie.com to get all of your layouts for your streaming needs. Go to streamlabsobs.com. Download Streamlabs.
It's free.
It's free. And if you have any other questions on streaming, feel free to reach out to us. We're on Facebook at KomboBreakerz with a K. That's KomboBreakerz with a Z, because we knock them out. If you're into fighting games, join us on Kombo Nation. That is our group. We are all dedicated to teaching everybody the ways of the bro jutsus. You know what I'm saying? A nice little punch to the face. A little pile drive to the face. Spinning pile drive. But yeah, we like to share fighting game tips and resources with everyone. And special shout outs to the pre-gamers. Thank you guys for having us on and putting on this amazing event. I think we got a after show kickback, a little down memory lane coming up next. So everyone who's in the chat, please stay tuned. And we'll catch you guys there in a minute.